Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geelong Zone. Apologies up front. We were supposed to start the show at 3:30, 3 o'clock, wherever you are in Australia. Maybe you're from Perth, 1 in the morning. Who knows? Unfortunately, weather storm here in Adelaide, so a little bit of delay, but that's all right. Today's topic will be about should Charlie Curnow and Shannon Neale straight swap? My answer quickly before we get into should we trade for him, shouldn't we trade for him, is yes. I believe we should. Charlie Curnow has announced he wants to move from Carlton. He said he wants an exit. He wants to go somewhere, though he hasn't nominated a club yet. I believe, there was links to Geelong. There's links elsewhere to Hawthorn. Geelong have got forwards. They've got Jeremy Cameron. They've got Shannon Neale. But Geelong's always been a destination club. A lot of players, a lot of free agents have gone to Geelong. Bailey Smith, Jeremy Cameron himself. We have a history of getting Carlton players to Geelong. Zach Tui was a Carlton player before he went to Geelong. Mind you, Charlie Curnow is a bit more known for doing more in Carlton than what Zach Tui was for Carlton. But still, we got Zach Tui from Carlton to Geelong. So we have a history of getting free agents. We are a team that doesn't rebuild. I think we had our worst season a couple of years ago after the 2022 grand final. We finished 10th or 11th, somewhere around there, and that was a disaster. So we do not rebuild. So the question is, should we straight swap a promising young player for a ready now player? Well, that if you go by Geelong's motto, the answer is yes. Of course you do, because Geelong don't rebuild. They want premierships now, and Charlie Curnow is now. Now, Charlie Curnow over the last 7 weeks has been very poor. Let's be honest about that. He's been poor, not moving as freely. Probably known for pedalling on his bike more than pedalling in the 450. With that photo, the iconic photo on MCG. 12th in 2023, that was our lowest year. That was a complete disaster year. That when it was all going, all hell broke loose. So that tells you we do not rebuild. We never rebuild. We get free agents, and we're very successful with free agents. So Charlie Curnow is now. Charlie Curnow is for the now. He can give you 2-3 years. Yes, Shannon Neale can get you 10 years. There's no doubt about that. But our motto is we don't rebuild. We want premierships now. Charlie Curnow is now. Right. Would a swap deal work for a swap deal Shannon Neale for Charlie Curnow? Of course it would. Would Carlton want that? Probably not. We'd probably need to throw in a first-round pick, or another player. Charlie Curnow, though, has had a horrible year. He's a very good player. Now, maybe he's had a horrible year because he doesn't want to be at Carlton. Probably that's part of it. There's players that in the past they've had horrible years because of their club. They've gone to a new club and they've really worked. It's really worked out. I believe Charlie Curnow is one of those players that if he goes to a new environment, it will work. Question is, do we want to trade Shannon Neale for Charlie Curnow? I do not speak for the club. I do not speak for the fans. I speak for only myself. The majority of the fan base do not want to see that. They do not want to see Shannon Neale go for Charlie Curnow, unless Carlton throw in their first rounder, throw in a couple of first rounders maybe. But they do not want to see a swap deal. That does not want to happen. They want Shannon Neale for the next 10 years, be like Hawkins type. Now, Shannon Neale is yet to prove himself in finals. Now, it's his second year. It's going to be his second year of finals. First year, he was absolutely horrible. Mind you, being tagged out by Harris Andrews in the prelim final, that happens. Harris Andrews is a good defender. But this is the time where Shannon Neale has to step up. We know that Jeremy Cameron, who's just been announced captain of the Australian squad, will step up. We know that. But can Shannon Neale step up? That's the question. Now, if Shannon Neale has a poor series, he only kicks 2 goals and they go out in straight sets, heaven forbid, do we move him on? Do we say, you know what? You've had 2 years of finals against the best of the best. Remember, these finals are the best of the best. Best defenders, best forwards, best midfielders. And you haven't really done much. Then he could kick 6 goals. He could go in the first final against Brisbane, kick 6 goals. This conversation's dead, absolutely dead. So we can't predict that. But what we can say is, if he has a bad finals campaign, do we keep him? Do we say, you know what, he's not ready? He's not ready, and we need We need to move on. We need the now. Geelong are in a premiership window right now. They've been for the last 10 years, I think. Kerry, as said, only one time they finished outside the top 8. That was 2023. So we are in the premiership window. We will be in the premiership window next year as well, the year after that, because we have a habit of buying free agents, because we are a destination club, albeit Geelong's outside of the Melbourne-based cities, but it is a destination club. We do attract free agents, unlike other clubs in Melbourne that don't. So there'll be no problem, if we do need a midfielder, if we do need a forward, if we do need a defender, if we do need a ruckman. We're confident we do get him. We're in talks with, well, not talks, but we are linked with Marshall from St Kilda. Another could be another free agent, could be another trade. So we are a destination club. We do get players here. Right, back to Shannon Neale and Charlie Curnow. Charlie Curnow, let's not forget this. Charlie Curnow is not proven in finals either. We have to remember that. He's not proven. I'm probably talking my way out of saying yes for this, because I said, yeah, we should. I'm giving you reasons why we shouldn't. But Charlie Curnow has not had a good final series. No, he does get a lot of free kicks. Free kicks are not paid in the finals. These 50-50 free kicks are not paid. And it has exposed him in the past in finals. No doubt about that. So again, do we want a player? Do we want to lose a player for 10 years for a player that's not even proven in the finals himself? Big question. There was a poll today, an interesting poll today. I don't know who. I forgot the journalist. If Kerry's still there, maybe you can put it in the comments. I forgot the journalist. There's a poll today. Would you straight swap Charlie Curnow for Shannon Neale? There was over 700 votes for this. I think it might have been Callum Toomey. 700 votes. Over 60% said they would trade Charlie Curnow. Straight swap Shannon Neale for Charlie Curnow. Not straight swap him. Who wins the trade? 60% said Geelong. Geelong wins the trade. If you trade swap Shannon Neale, Charlie Curnow, 60% of 700 people says Geelong win the trade. It's very interesting. Now, not all 700 will be Geelong fans. I can't tell you. One could be Geelong fan. I have no idea. But that's a big number. That's a big percentage of number that want to see that happen, that think Geelong would win that trade. Now, I saw in the comments below, Carlton fans are saying, if you're throwing their number one pick, Charlie Curnow's a way better forward than Shannon Neale. This time, maybe. But like I said, neither of these players have proven in finals. Charlie Curnow cannot go this year because Carlton are not in it. Shannon Neale can. He can kick 6 goals against Brisbane. Geez, wouldn't we love that? We'd love that. Absolutely love that. Love him to kick 6 in a prelim. Love him to kick 6 in the grand final. That's 18 goals. Kicks 18 goals in the finals. We win the grand final. Then this conversation instead, we keep Shannon Neale for 10 years. It's also interest. He is from Perth as well. So if Shannon Neale did leave Geelong, how long would he stay at Carlton? Would he want to stay there for 2-3 years? If he's there only 2 years, basically they've gave up Curnow for free. So maybe they want more draft picks to compensate if Neale does leave. They're losing players, Carlton. Lost Tom DeConey. Not interested. Says I want to leave. Charlie Curnow wants to leave. They're losing players. They're in a rebuild. As much as Carlton fans don't want to hear that, they are in a rebuild. So Shannon Neale might not want to be part of that rebuild. He's gone from a team that's contending top 4 every year, contending in prelims every year, to a basket case. Well, not a basket case. That's a bit harsh. But a team that's bottom. You may not want to do that. You might say, you know what, I want to go home. Fremantle are doing pretty good. See what jury's out on West Coast. Next 2 to 3 years, we don't know where they'll be. So there's that. He may not want to go. Want to stay at Carlton. But question is, would I personally do it? Yes, I would, because on the basis of the motto, we rebuild. We rarely use draft pick players. Rarely. I can't remember a draft pick last 2 years and he's played all games for Geelong. well, not all games, 50-50. Like Stevens, Nevitt, they're not playing regularly. They're not playing at all. And it took Shannon Neale a very long time. I mean, Shannon Neale was young, but it took him a very long time. Very long time to get in this team. So we don't necessarily play our draft players. We don't really pick them. The last one, I think, last draft pick that we got, that would turn out to be a great player, Jimmy Bartell. Jimmy Bartell won a Brownlow, won premierships. Not Gary Ablett. Gary Ablett was a father and son. Talking about a draft pick from the draft, getting someone from the draft. He's played 300 games at Geelong. Premiership player, Brownlow medalist. That was probably our last good draft pick of that caliber. So traditionally, we don't use those players. They have to wait a very long time. Not that Bartell waited a long time, but we have a coach that wants to do it with the squad he has, or he wants to bring in ready-made players. Mitch Hardy last year. Mitch Hardy should have played games last year for Geelong. Didn't. Reece Nevitt's not getting regular time. Reece Nevitt last game got 10 minutes as a sub. Came on in the fourth quarter with 10 minutes to go. It's tough. It's tough being a young kid in Geelong. You don't get many minutes. Don't get that many at all. Joel Selwood was pretty good. That was the Bartell era as well. So it's been years. It's been a lot of. Oh, sorry, I'll bring that up again. It's been years. I can't remember Max Holmes, though he's not played 200 games yet. Bailey Smith came from the Footscray. So we don't really, over the last 10 years, we haven't really used our draft picks much. Play. Though Max Holmes probably will be the next. Max Holmes will probably be the next 300 game. If you said to me which draft pick's going to play 300 games, Max Holmes, sure. Touch wood with injury, with soft tissues. Touch wood. So there's one. So Grant Myers. Again, too early to call. SDK looks certain. And Tom Stewart, but we don't know about Sam DK. We've talked about trading Sam DK for his brother Tom DK. All right. So where's our next 300 game player coming from? This isn't the conversation. I'm just saying to make a point. We've rarely done that apart from Selwood, Bartell, Cameron Ling. This is years ago. Years, and Ling even further. Years ago. So do we just say, you know what? We've never done it this way. This is our motto. We bring in free agents / high players from clubs that want to leave, and we bring them to Geelong, and they're successful and they win premierships. Zach Tui's at Carlton for years, won a premiership. Bailey Smith could do it this year. But I think did Bailey Smith win a premiership? Or was he injured that year when Footscray? No, I don't think he was in the AFL that year. Don't think so. Bailey Smith, we've definitely played in that grand final. So Bailey Smith could be another one. So we get players to here from other clubs that want to leave. We get them. We haven't drafted a 300 gamer in ages. Not even a 250. Dangerfield came from Crows. Even though he's a draft pick, but he didn't count. He came from the Adelaide Crows. He played 300. Mitch Duncan, there's another name, Mitch Duncan, but this is investments of the past. Talking about last 2-3 years. So Max Holmes, Grant Myers. So we don't traditionally play our draft picks that we draft in the first round. We literally they wait a long time. So why not use Neale now? Get rid of Neale now for a ready-made player that's ready to play for premierships. I'm sure we could find a Shannon Neale in the draft. No, Shannon Neale was not a high pick. It wasn't like he was a number 1, number 2, number 3. Not a high pick or low pick, whatever you want to call it. But yes, because that's our motto. Now, if we had a history of playing our draft picks last 5-10 years, I'd say no. Shannon Neale's going to be around for 10 years. That's how it's been. but we're always in a premiership window. And Shannon Neale, Charlie Curnow is an upgrade for now, though they're not both finals worthy. They haven't proven themselves. That's the unknown. Shannon Neale has get a chance to prove that himself. Kicks 5 goals against Brisbane. This conversation's dead. The video will be deleted. We all look stupid. But Geelong fans, that's back to this poll before I want to head off because I don't want a long show. 700 votes, 60% said Geelong wins that trade. Kiri, Jay Polking, another one, another kid that is destroying the VFL. We'll be waiting for a very long time. Like Mitch Hardy. Mitch Hardy never even got to play for Geelong. Never even got to play for Geelong. Never got to play anywhere else. So we just don't play our kids much. Our motto is we want to bring free agents such players that want to leave their club and come out because we're destination clubs. Little town in Geelong is a destination club, not a powerhouse like North Melbourne, Richmond, Melbourne, 2 Melbournes, North Melbourne, Melbourne, Richmond. Not like them. No one wants to go play them. St Kilda's becoming a destination club because they've got the cash. The cash merchants, the oil merchants. They've got the Premier League oil money. Boy, imagine Tom de Koning and Wangan and Malira coming up in the car park in their Ferraris where everyone's driving Commodores. Not that there's anything wrong with the Commodore. That's a married at first sight quote. Clint to Ryan. I've upgraded from a Ferrari to Kia to a Ferrari. That's what Tom Coney's done in Rangan and Malira. They've upgraded from a Commodore to a Ferrari. The St Kilda. Can't believe I used to married at first sight quote here. Well, that's true. Oh. I'm losing it. Get back to the conversation, dickhead. Get back to the conversation. But that's the reality. But other powerhouse clubs in Melbourne, they're not destination clubs. They're all down in Geelong is. Always been like that. Jeremy Cameron leaves GWS, wins a premiership with Geelong. Dangerfield likewise. Zach Terry likewise. They're around their clubs for a long time. Dangerfield was at Crows for a long time. Zach Terry was at Carlton for a long time, though he didn't reach Charlie Curnow heights. Cameron was at GWS for a long time. Yeah, well, Essendon thought another team that no one wants to play for. Essendon thought they got a Ferrari, getting Dylan Shield, but they got a Datsun instead. Dylan Datsun. Haven't won a final. Haven't looked likely since the year 2000. Big club. Won the most premierships. Not a destination club. No one wants to play for them. They've got a manager that likes to play FIFA. Switch the magnets around. Took him 10 years to realise that Andy McGrath's a midfielder. So Andy McGrath has been good since he's been moved that spot, to be fair. Some hope from him, yeah. He may not be the bust we think he will be. Thank Scott. Thank Brad Scott. But back to the point of the post. We've lost topic here. Yes, I believe we should trade Curnow for Neale, but Neale has a chance. He has a chance to do something special in this final series. Personally, I hope he does. I'm not against Shannon Neale in any way. I know I bag him on social media saying he gets caught behind the ball, which he does. But he's now had a second year. Remember that prelim against Andrews? He got towed up. Here's a chance. Here's a big chance because Harris Andrews is going to go to him. I got you before. What are you going to do about it? Kick 5. This is dead. Kick 0. Have the same problems. We think, yeah, maybe he's not it. He needs to kick goals. This is a game where he cannot be goals. not because of this trade nonsense, but because Geelong need him to kick goals to win. If he goes goalless, that's too much on Cameron. Cameron will need to kick a bag. He needs to kick goals in this game against Brisbane. But this has been the Geelong Zone. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the Hoops Crew on YouTube at the Hoops Crew. My name is Coach Lucas. Pleasure to make these videos. We haven't done much. It's the bias. I'm trying to figure out some kind of content. I'm trying my best. It's a slow week. I think the finals buy is a load of crap, in my opinion. A load of crap should be before the prelim. Sorry, before the grand final. Between the prelim and grand final. Get rid of the finals buy. It's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. But congratulate. You do want to watch along for the quarterfinal? That's a good question. Probably not, because the reason is that it's on Channel 7. No, it's not all KOD the finals. It's the grand final. So maybe. I'll need to think about that. But I hope so. But I'm 50-50. Yes, I'm 50-50. So probably not, but probably yes. We'll do a Monday show to preview the finals. I'm hoping to bring in a special guest. No, not Scotty, but someone else from the Jumper Punch I've been working on. I was close last week on getting this person. I was very close, but I actually pulled out because of the buy. Because I thought for like a split second I forgot there was no buy, and I said, "Oh, we've got a buy, mate. It's going to be nothing on." So hopefully this week I can get my special guest. From the Jumper Punch with finals back. But anyway, and just before we do go, congratulations to Bailey Smith and Jeremy Cameron for making the All-Australian team. It's a shame Max Holmes couldn't get in. When you look at that bench, it's a complete joke. It was tough for him to get in there. Bailey Smith got in there, which is the main thing. And Jeremy Cameron is the captain. 5AA. Had a little bit of it today. Weren't happy. Called it a joke. Probably right, but we are a Geelong-based content show. We don't give a damn what 5AA said. They are a Crows and Port Adelaide show. Cameron deserves captaincy. Mind you, I wanted to sack him 10 weeks ago. That's worked out well. That's worked out very well. Wanted him dropped back to the twos. He's watched the show. He's kicked over 80 goals and he's the captain of the All-Australian. If you're watching Jeremy Cameron, I wouldn't mind some of your paycheck for revving you up. But incidentally, Shannon Neale done the same thing. Maybe I got to get on Chris Scott's back. Maybe I got to absolutely destroy him. Hopefully, he can win a prelim. Maybe I need to do that. And he'll win a prelim. Problem is, when I do these rants, they come after defeat. So if he loses the prelim, we have to wait a whole year. I can't wait a whole year. So I might have to have a go at him before. But being the Geelong Zone, the second time I'm trying to get off now. This has been the Geelong. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Content coming on Monday, and then maybe a watch along, and then for the qualifying final against Brisbane. But anyway, I've been Coach Lucas. This is Geelong Zone. Thank you very much for joining.